YouTube, what's the fucking vibes that CJ Maneuver nigga? Y'all, we got another video here for y'all today. This is about how the cost of living is just mad expensive in 2026, and it's just like people, they say people giving up, man. So you gonna watch this video and see.
Tired of life. I can't afford to live here anymore.
I have 4 kids and I'm working 3 jobs and I'm still struggling.
4 kids and working 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Y'all, 3 fucking jobs, y'all.
My full-time job, I'm a 911 dispatcher. My other 2 jobs, a waitress. The American dream should not be this hard.
Y'all know that the average American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid.
Welcome back to Edwards Economics.
So imagine working all them long hours, all them long shifts, just to get paid and have to put everything towards your rent and have only $200 left. Rent, groceries, phone bill, electricity, car note, insurance.
My name's Kalen, and the price of being middle class in this country just doubled in the last 5 years. A normal life cost a household around $80,000 a year just in 2019. Like, we all remember this. But now in 2026, that runs closer to $150,000 for the same standard of living. So you're making more money than you ever have, but you feel broker than you ever have. So what in the world is going on in America in 2026? Let's find out.
I just need somebody else to tell me that they're living paycheck to paycheck and putting themselves into credit card debt out of necessity, not because of fun. I am 28 years old. I work a decent paying job. I love my job. I make good income. We have no kids, me and my fiance, and we're still barely scraping by. Our bills are paid, but we can't save any money. We can't go on vacation. I mean, we do little.
That's still way better than most people in America. I know that sounds crazy. They say that most people in America are living paycheck to paycheck, and they are. What they're not mentioning is the fact that in addition to living paycheck to paycheck, the entire paycheck is exhausted, and they are paying from credit cards and personal loans to make up the difference for the other things that they need. It's not all over consumption. People just are not making enough money.
Little things here and there, but realistically, we don't really do anything, and we still live paycheck to paycheck, okay? I don't understand how people with kids are doing this. Props to y'all. I mean, seriously, the utmost respect, because I feel like I'm drowning and I only have cats. Any money that we're able to save ends up getting spent on the car, or the cat has to go to the vet, or one of us has a medical emergency. Like, it's just gone. It's gone. I don't understand. We don't live beyond our means. Are we all just collectively putting ourselves into debt because I don't know what else to do?
They are.
I got a letter recently that my property taxes are going to go up $600 a year from now on. I got a letter that my homeowner's insurance is going up $60 a month. My propane company sent me a letter that my propane is going to double this year. They just came and filled up my tank. It was $1,000. That's crazy. Also, as a entrepreneur and business owner, I get my health insurance through the marketplace. So you have the Affordable Care Act. I pay $45 a month. They just informed me that if this bill passes and I lose my tax credit, I'm going to go from $45 a month to $660 a month for health insurance. I need to buy a new car and I can't because the cars have gotten more expensive and the interest rates have gotten so much more expensive.
It's so crazy. I hear everything she's saying. I just left the car lot. Just left the car lot. Guys, why is every car $100,000? Well, that's a house. This is one of the things I was not prepared for when I became an adult. I knew that you had to make money. You got to get a good job. I just did not know that the cost of everything was going to be rising so much that the rat race, it's a rat race. It's a rat race. But you got to keep running faster and faster and faster. And I'm like, Well, dang. I should have just stayed a kid then. Shoot.
I just found out that if you have 2 cars on your car insurance, this is 100% what you should be doing. So I found this website and look at the difference.
This shit crazy,
$159 a month. I thought this was the best price I could find.
I can't find a reliable car that has the same monthly payment of $450 a month that I've been paying now
Good luck.
for a new car. Not necessarily new, but new to me. Groceries are insane, and it feels like every day I get a new email from another subscription that I have, whether it's Netflix, my website subscription. Everything's increasing in price, and I sit pretty much every day stressed about money, and yet I know that there are so many people in this country that are way worse off than me, and they're not making it, y'all. They're not making it.
I'm so tired of life. I can't afford to live here anymore. I can't afford to live here anymore. I just spent 6 hours of my life serving tables, running around to make $50. To make $50. And I already know the comments are going to be like, well, get a better job. I'm trying. I moved here 3 weeks ago. I've sent out over 100 resumes. I've had 1 interview. I didn't get the job. I knew I blew it. I did not get the job. I'm trying. The only reason why I got a server job is to make some money while I'm trying to get my big girl job again. So,
Which is crazy because I just made a video talking about tipping culture because I came across some videos where some servers were literally flexing, making $3,000 a week in tips. A week. Some bottle girls making $5,000 a week in tips. Now, I understand everybody is a bottle person, bottle girl, bottle boy, whatever you want to call them. But they were flexing. So I'm like, wow, it must be sweet for the servers. But it's good seeing this to see it ain't sweet out there either.
I can get checks that actually matter, so I can make money I can actually live off of. But nobody calls. Nobody's calling for these jobs. Indeed is, we're hiring, or where? Okay, because I sent my resume and I can't afford anything, okay? I live with my son and his roommates right now, and I'm very thankful for that, but I need my own place and I can't afford it. I can't afford anything.
Do y'all know that the average American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid every 2 weeks or every month? Did y'all know that?
And one little emergency, and that's gone. That's gone. You can't even go and get yourself a snack at the end of the day because that $15, $20 a day is going to add up and you ain't got nothing.
I'm sorry, but that I literally feel like drive me to voluntary homelessness. I would volunteer to be homeless. There's no way they'd have me out here working for anybody and I can't live life after I pay bills. Y'all can have these bills back. Take the car, take the crib. You can have it. Listen, I'm going to be homeless on the streets before I dare. Because, see, the way I'm set up, my Father which art in heaven would never have that be my portion. That's not my portion. There's no way that paying bills and not having any money left over to really exist, that's not my portion. That's not.
How many people y'all think is going through this right now? Like, how many people y'all think is going through this right now? Keep it a buck. How many people y'all think going through this right now?
My portion. And I feel like if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to get out here and go make some money, make more money. See, the problem with us nowadays is not that we don't know how to make money, it's just that we need to make more money. Find ways to make more money. Stop making excuses. You need to be trying to be the president of the United States before you stop trying to find a new job. Listen, if you gotta switch jobs every single 2 weeks, then that's what you gotta do. May the best salary win.
This is what the cost of living crisis looks like. My 2026 life is exactly the same as my 2025 life, except that it costs $400 more per month. And that's because my health insurance went up by $200 a month. My home insurance went up by $30 a month. Gas has gone up almost $1 per gallon in the last 3 weeks alone. Groceries are more expensive. Electricity is more expensive. And none of these increases are my fault, and they're not your fault either. None of this is because I'm bad with money or I'm spending too much on avocado toast. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm cooking at home. I am doing low-cost hobbies like hiking and biking. But when costs go up and random stuff happens, like a leak in my roof, that means I have to pay more. This is unsustainable for the vast majority of Americans. And while I absolutely believe that an individual has the power to change their life, I also think we need to be realistic about how systemic this cost of living crisis is. In order for things to change, we need top-down change.
See, everybody makes this political, but I just don't think that it's as political as they're pitching it to be. Every administration has contributed to the current state and the level of the problems that we're experiencing, just in different ways. It's been compounding throughout all of our lifetimes, from some early decisions that have just, again, compounded, and now we're reaping the consequences of. And I just think that we're too far gone. Like, I'm not trying to be nihilistic. I'm not trying to be so pessimistic. It's just what we're going to have to do in order to get things better is we're going to have to take the medicine. And the medicine is not what anybody is willing to do. We're going to have to, in the Fed, we're going to have to cut some of these programs. We're going to have to balance the budget. We're going to have to do so much that people are not willing to do. It's not looking good.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car a few months ago, and watch this. Ready? $97 premium.
It's not looking good. So here's the take that you'll hear from every economist on cable news. And to be fair, some of what they're saying is true. They'll tell you that the official numbers say that inflation is back under control, that this administration and even the past ones did a great job at bringing the CPI down, and you should feel more money in your wallets, and you should feel your purchasing power increasing. CPI imprints around 3%, which is historically low, and wages are technically growing. Unemployment is still low by historical standards. From a 30,000-foot view, the dashboard says that the engine is still running fine. So yes, we do give these arguments their just due. The problem is these formulas and these calculations and all this rhetoric is not getting at the heart of the issue. And their stories, what people are actually experiencing, is falling through the cracks. The cost of being a normal American household has compounded so far that the wages that the cable news numbers are saying that you need to be making in order to survive are just wrong. It's like we're not describing the same country anymore. Look at the categories that actually run a household. Rent in most major metros is up 40 to 60% since 2019. A normal grocery cart costs roughly 50% more than the same items used to. Auto insurance premiums have nearly doubled in 5 years. Childcare in a working class town now runs $1,600 to $2,000 per month per kid. And health insurance deductibles for a family plan cross $6,000 before insurance pays a cent. And that's where this steelman argument that we made in the beginning starts to fall apart. I'm so sick and tired of economists talking about, oh, everything's looking good. Like, these are paid men and women for whatever administration that they're trying to shill for. The official CPI basket is built around averages and substitutions. If steak gets too expensive, the basket assumes that you switch to chicken. If chicken gets too expensive, then the basket assumes that you switch to beans. The number is staying around the same, but your pantry and the items in it isn't. So what we're calling inflation in 2026 is actually three different things stacked on top of each other. Companies learn that when everybody raises prices at once, nobody gets blamed. So they just shift the blame to the next corporation. So the prices stayed up even after the excuses went away. And that's just the greed that we experience in this country. And that's unfortunate. I'm not a proponent of socialism or communism or anything. Like, I'm a true capitalist, but I'm not going to act like it's a perfect situation. Unchecked capitalism matched with our greed that we have and that desire for more leaves this crazy disparity between the rich and the poor, these corporations that make billions of dollars and then treat the working class like they just don't matter at all. People are being left behind, and it is a problem. And I'm just saying that, again, not to advocate for some weird, crazy agenda. I'm just saying that people are going to start getting crazy in the streets if we don't figure out ways to make them make more money.
We spent almost $11,000.
It's a fact, bro. Y'all don't understand. Like, it's not enough ways out here. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's money, but it's not enough money. It's not that it's not enough money. It's that it's not enough housing. It's not enough. People gotta be places besides work. Like, people can't afford to get a crib. They can't afford to do certain things that is like everyone should be able to. Like, if you have money, why the fuck you need 3 times the rent and you need all of this extra shit? Like, come on, bro. Y'all really making it hard for us niggas out here, man. That shit not right.
In January, let's talk about where it all went. We're a family of 4 and we live in a high cost of living area. Our bills came out to $5,362, and this is mainly our daycare. We pay $2,970 for 2 kids to go full time. Then our mortgage is $1,632. This is just principal and interest. We got rid of escrow. Our utilities came out to $572. This is for water, electric, gas, internet, trash and recycling, and our cell phones. $61 was for our subscriptions, and my son takes swim lessons, and that's $126. Now on to our spending. We spent $2,037, which is almost $300 less than we budgeted, so that's great. Came in at or under budget for most of our categories except for eating out, because we decided to go get barbecue on the very last day of the month, and if you know anything about barbecue, it is not cheap, but it was totally worth it. And we spent $3,326 from our sinking funds. $1,787 of this was for our homeowners insurance, so this is an annual payment. $556 was for our car insurance. This was for a 6-month premium for 2 cars. We have to pay for our library cards, and we paid $304 for them this year. $253 was spent from our home maintenance sinking fund. Got my kids a bunch of Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day clothes and jammies and spent $147. We paid a medical bill for $143. We spent $81 on gifts. This was for my nephew's first birthday and a down payment for a weekend for my father-in-law's birthday. $37 was for car maintenance. My husband spent $18 on jeans from Costco. That brings us to our total of $10,720.
So when people are talking about, oh, make a budget, guys, this is what it looks like. Like, it used to be like, oh, make a budget. You'd hear Dave Ramsey and all them. Oh, make a budget, beans and rice, make a budget. And like, maybe you could get your budget for the entire household to like $3,000.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just...
What do you do when everybody is paying $10,000 to $12,000 a month? Because these mortgages that I'm seeing, $5,000 a piece at these interest rates. I don't even know where you can get a $1,600 mortgage. Like, I don't even know. Are you living in a RV? Are you living in a motorhome? Like, everything is so expensive. The car payments that people have, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 for 2 different cars for some people. Whew.
I don't know who's out here living the American dream, but I can tell you one person who isn't, and that's me. I have 4 kids, and I'm working 3 jobs, and I'm still struggling. I have my full-time job. I'm a 911 dispatcher. My other 2 jobs, a waitress. The American dream should not be this hard. I should not have to be working my life away, being away from my kids. You know, sometimes I have to pick. Am I going to pay my electric bill or am I going to buy groceries? Because my kids need to eat. This is not the American dream. I'm so tired of struggling. You know, so many people are going to work, working multiple jobs just to pay for a house to sleep in, just to put their head down at night. This is not the American dream, not my American dream. That's why I started posting here on TikTok. So hopefully I can slow down some so I can spend time with my kids. Life shouldn't be this hard. I know one person that's making 6 figures and they're still struggling. Why's it gotta be so hard?
Yeah, a lot of people think that if you make more money, then it's easier. And that can be true, you know, if you can keep your expenses low. What they don't talk about is this hedonic treadmill and this lifestyle adaptation that you have relative to how much money that you make. The more you make, typically the more that you spend. And that's just how it goes. a lot of us were really good at saving money when we weren't making any money. And as soon as you got the raise and you got the good job and you started making the salary that you used to covet and be like, wow, when I make that one day, I'll be well off. Everything else creeped up. That lifestyle creep, and you still feel just as broke as you used to. Unfortunate.
America has become completely unaffordable, and I don't know why more people are not talking about this. Half of America doesn't even have a savings, rent is insane, healthcare is a luxury, and somehow the narrative is still people are just bad with money. Like, what money? People are working full time, most people have 2 to 3 jobs anymore because you have to. At what point do we stop blaming the people and just accept the fact that the cost of living has simply just outpaced reality? Because everything is this expensive, you have to know exactly where all of your money is going anymore.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already. I literally have $10 left on my account. So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago, and I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews and still nothing.
All of the right things. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's the macro environment around you.
Like, what is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to wait.
I am homeless living here in my car, even though I work often 50 to 60 hours every single week by doing food deliveries and grocery deliveries. I walk dogs and I pick up other gig work. It just isn't enough to afford rent, which is now $1,800 per month for a 1-bedroom apartment. And this is for most of America, and some states are even higher than that. So this is where I live. This is my little home. And lately I have really been trying to focus on my health. And I've been buying these little salads here at Costco. I found them for a 4-pack for about $15. They come out to being a little less than $4 a salad, and they are delicious. Chicken, they come with everything.
It's not enough food, man. That's not enough food. I get it. But this is sad. This is just sad to see. Like, people should not have to be living.
If someone is only making minimum payments on their credit,
all of the ingredients are included. The chicken, the greens, the dressing, super good. I really like them. I think they're a good value. The deliveries have been really slow the past few weeks. I think people are just kind of broke.
People are charging $1,000 a month to rent rooms in their home. $1,000 a month to rent a room. Bro, what we gonna do? The cost of living has gotten out of hand, and y'all buy a house, man. Everybody that I know that owns a house tells me don't buy no house. They hate that. Between property taxes going, insurance going to, having to fix roofs.
Yeah, all those things are bad. But then when you don't own any assets, you're not actually increasing your net worth. So it's like, I get that everybody bags on home ownership, and maybe it's not a good time to buy a house right now because houses are expensive and the interest rates are very high, and you might live in an area where insurance might be expensive. But historically speaking, home ownership has been the number one driver of wealth in the United States. It just has been, because people don't save money otherwise. I look at personal home ownership like a big piggy bank. And yes, the opportunity cost of buying a home and paying the mortgage and increasing your equity through forced appreciation through the principal pay down, it might not yield you as much money as it could if you invest in the stock market long term and the stock market goes up. There's risk both ways, but there's like one guaranteed way to force yourself to save money, And that is in the principal pay down of buying a home. I know I sound like a realtor. I'm a former realtor. I hate realtors. That's why I became one. It's just, we see, like, I run this channel. It's Edwards Economics. I get to see the micro and macro environments. I examine this every single day, and I get to see what people's personal decisions are, and they don't make good ones. So to the extent that you can purchase your own home, I recommend it. But if you are financially savvy enough to rent, and then the margin that you're saving, because the rent is going to be cheaper than the home and the maintenance and all that, if you invest that and you can yield more, then great. Great. I know that's not what Dave Ramsey told you, but it's just the truth if you're financially savvy enough. But a lot of y'all aren't. So don't let them trick you out of doing something that could benefit you financially long term. When the price of being middle class doubles in 5 years, the middle class doesn't get angry. It just gets quiet. It stops booking trips. It stops trying for a third kid. It stops showing up for the open house. And one by one, people who used to think of themselves as the backbone of this country start to realize that they aren't anymore. They're in an entirely new bracket, even though their job title never changed. And that's exactly what's happening in 2026. This is not a recession on paper, but for anybody who's paying attention, you see this quiet recession that's happening. You look at TikTok, on YouTube, everybody is collectively saying the same things. It's hard to make ends meet. They're at the kitchen table and they don't know if they can make their next month's bills. So if this video helped a little bit, share it with somebody who you know, a friend maybe.
Yeah, let me know down in the comment section if y'all think the price of living is too much. Like, let me know if you like you don't know what's going on in America right now. Like, let me know, y'all. Talk to me. But like, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.